coming our way, of course, as we mentioned, that holiday freeze is coming up, so it'll be interesting to see where the teams go and the teams that are, of course, just what happens. The Devils are, of course, coming off of a win last night against the Kings, 6-3, so that could possibly be a step in the right direction for them, 6 goals on the season. They're going to continue their Western Conference trip by playing the Anaheim Ducks on Sunday at 8. Then they'll do a back-to-back. On Monday, they'll play 10:30 against the San Jose Sharks before they kind of go on a little bit of a break of 4 days. They'll come home and play the Vegas Golden Knights on Friday, December 14th. Again, another back-to-back. They'll then take the ice on Saturday, December the 15th, against the Nashville Predators. So they're hoping that this West Coast trip can 100% get them going. And if they can build off of that 6-3 win against the Kings, that would be great as well. The upcoming schedule for the New York Islanders, as we get closer to the holiday season, they'll be on the ice tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the Detroit Red Wings. They will be at Nassau Coliseum again on Monday, December the 10th, against the Pittsburgh Penguins. They will then be back at the Barclays Center on Wednesday, December 12th, to take on the Golden Knights. And then Saturday, December the 15th, against the Detroit Red Wings at Nassau Coliseum. So we're starting to see some of the games at Nassau Coliseum take place. So that's obviously good for them. Hopefully they can maybe go in there temporarily until Belmont is built, and that's what's been some talk around the league. So it definitely will be interesting to see what the NHL says on that part. But getting back at Nassau Coliseum is huge for the Islanders, and if they can build off of those games at Nassau Coliseum and help get them a couple of wins, maybe they'll be moving in the right direction. And for the Rangers, their schedule looks like, as we mentioned, they'll be in Florida tomorrow as they begin a 2-game road trip on the Florida trip. The New York Ranger dads are on that trip as well. 7 o'clock on Saturday, and then on Monday night, they will be in Tampa Bay at 7:30 before they come back home for 3 games. They'll be home on Friday, December the 14th, against the Arizona Coyotes. Home on Sunday, December 16th. That's a 12:30 game, so a Sunday afternoon game against the Vegas Golden Knights. And then on Tuesday, December the 18th, they will be home against the Anaheim Ducks, and that is the upcoming schedule for the New York Rangers. Quickly, we take a look around the rest of the hockey league here on the New York Hockey Report, just to give you an update and see where some teams stand. The Tampa Bay Lightning, one of the best teams in hockey right now, they're leading the charge, 21 wins on the season. That's good for 45 points, and they are a plus 30 on the goal differential. They have the Toronto Maple Leafs breathing down their neck, though, 28-1, 41 points in that Atlantic. And how about the surprise of the Buffalo Sabres, led by Jeff Skinner? They are in third in the Atlantic, 38 points. That's a little bit of a cushion for them as well. 17-8-4. So the Buffalo Sabres with a 5-point cushion over Montreal that's behind them at 33 points, followed by the Boston Bruins at 32 points. The Detroit Red Wings have kind of turned things around a little bit. They're playing better as of late. They're good for 30 points, followed by Florida and Ottawa near the bottom at 27 points. Over in the Western Conference, how about the Calgary Flames? They're sitting in first in the Pacific Division, 18-9-2, 38 points. The Anaheim Ducks, 35 points. San Jose tops out the number 3 spot, 33 points. The Vegas Golden Knights have gotten their game together since having a really slow start. They've crept up and are tied for that 3rd spot, 33 points. The Edmonton Oilers hanging around with 30 points. The Coyotes at 28, Vancouver at 27, and the Kings' struggles just continue. They're at the bottom, 21 points. Over to the Central, you got the Nashville Predators in first. They are tied with the Colorado Avalanche, 39 points apiece. Winnipeg right behind them at 36 points. Dallas at 33 points, sitting on the outside, followed by Minnesota with 32. Chicago, disappointing for them, 9-16-5, 23 points. And the St. Louis Blues as well at the bottom. There have been a lot of coaching changes thus far. We saw the Kings fire their coach. We saw Joe Quenneville fired from the Blackhawks. We saw St. Louis fire their coach. We saw Edmonton fire their coach. So a lot of coaches have been fired here, and we're only 28, 29 games into into the season. So certainly a lot of things already revolving in this NHL door a little bit. And finally, before we end the New York Hockey Report, how about the breaking news, of course, to report? Well, not so much breaking anymore, but a couple of days old. The NHL will have its 32nd team playing by the year 2021, and that will be the new Seattle team that got approval unanimously from the Board of Governors, from all the owners in the sport. So an expansion draft will take place in Seattle. The only team that will not be participating in the expansion draft is, of course, the Vegas Golden Knights, who themselves are an expansion team, so they will not have to make anybody available for the draft. So a lot of exciting things happening. We got a new team coming to the NHL. So a lot of things happening around the league. I want to thank everybody for listening on whatever platform you may be listening. Google Play, iTunes, now on iHeartRadio. But we thank you for listening to the New York Hockey Report. Until next time, I'm Joe Soccoa.